Hi YouTube, my name's Diana, and on today's video, we're going to make sweets for your sweet. Happy Valentine's Day. So today we're gonna make two recipes. One is gonna be super easy, so for anyone that has an excuse that they don't know how to cook or bake, this one's for you. The second one's gonna be a little more difficult, but it's just because there's a few more steps. We're making chocolate covered strawberries for our first easy recipe. And then the second recipe is gonna be red velvet cupcakes with cream cheese frosting. I'm stealing Georgetown Cupcakes recipe, but we're putting a twist on it because it's gonna be gluten-free and vegan. And so will the chocolate covered strawberries. Don't worry, I wouldn't let you guys down. It's gonna come out delicious, so I can't wait to show you. Let's go. I started the prep to kind of speed this video along, but you're gonna wanna boil some water in a pot. And then you're gonna wanna take a glass bowl. Then you're gonna add the chocolate to the bowl. And then you're just gonna gently stir, and it's going to automatically start to melt. It's already melting on the bottom. But you're just gonna keep doing this until all the chocolate is melted. You can microwave it, but it becomes a little trickier because the chocolate can burn very quickly and very easily. I'm actually gonna turn this down a little bit. So we're just gonna keep doing this until the chocolate melts. That underneath here on the bottom, the chocolate is melting. So while that's finishing melting, I'm gonna start it again in a second. We rinsed our strawberries already. Just wanted to make sure all the dirt and everything was off of them. We kept the leaves on. They're really great. Usually I get like one or two that are really bad, but they're nice and plump today. So I'm really excited to do this recipe. As I promised, we are using vegan chocolate. So we did Enjoy Life's mini chips. I only had the semi-sweet. I probably should have went with milk chocolate or dark chocolate. As I said, they're gluten-free, wheat-free, peanut-free, tree nut-free, dairy. There's no soy egg. They're vegan and gluten-free, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So we're just going to keep stirring until we get all the smooth clumps of the morsels out of the chocolate. You can also use a brick of chocolate, but you just really want to make sure that you cut it up into equivalent size pieces so it all melts evenly. Obviously using chips or baker's chocolate from like Michael's or like a craft store is ideal, but I don't think they sell vegan chocolate. So this looks pretty good. We don't want it to let it go too much longer. It will burn. So let's get this off the heat. And then I have marble countertops, which I can obviously put the bowl down on, but I didn't want to do that for the glass bowl's sake. So we're just gonna stick that right here over it. We're gonna try to add this to this glass bowl because it'll just make it easier when we need to dunk the strawberries into it. So we're gonna dip these a couple ways, and then I have a pre-cut parchment sheet of paper. You can use a silk pad as well, but I'm just gonna dunk these into the chocolate. So we're going to hold it by the leaf, and we're just going to give it a nice little bath of chocolate. Look how drippy and delicious. And then we're just going to place it on the sheet here. This is going to have to go in the fridge or the freezer. This strawberry is like perfect. It's like something out of a book or a magazine. So we're just gonna roll this one around in a lovely chocolate bath. Beautiful. And we're just gonna keep going. So just gonna keep dunking the fruits. Now, if anyone's ever gotten like edible arrangements or like anything similar to that, you probably well know that you can dunk any kind of fruit really in chocolate. You could dunk bananas, pineapples, oranges. I guess you could dunk mangoes too if you really wanted to. I've seen grapes. I don't know how well grapes really go with chocolate. So yeah, we're just gonna keep lining these up. I feel like I'm a little Godiva factory here. I also took some fresh peanuts. I actually shelled them and cleaned them myself. But you can buy some from the store. You can probably already buy them crushed. I just used a little mini food processor and crushed them up myself. So we're gonna actually try to encrust one in some peanuts here. Let's see. All right, not bad. And yeah, I mean, there's no right or wrong to this, guys. I mean, any girl that loves chocolate covered strawberries is gonna be a huge fan of this. So, I mean, the fact that you made these yourself and didn't just go to Godiva or Edible Arrangements and order them with a click of a mouse is gonna like show you that, like, you know, you really care. So these look pretty cool, right? And then look, the chocolate's already hardening, which is awesome. We'll do a couple more with the chocolate, and then I have a surprise twist. You could also do some chocolate covered pretzels, because believe me, trying to find vegan gluten-free chocolate pretzels is going to be hard to find. And some chocolate cookie cream sandwiches. These are not the Oreo ones. As I've said in my previous video, these are more my favorite. This is the brand, so I'll just show you guys. Glutino. I used to eat Nature's Promise, but they have egg in them, so I had to stop eating them when I went vegan. But Nature's Promise is my first favorite if you're just gluten-free, not vegan. If you're vegan and gluten-free, Glutino is pretty spot on. I really love these chocolate vanilla cream cookies. As I said, you can't call them Oreos. So we're just gonna dunk this in. It's probably gonna get a little messy. Just deal with it. So who doesn't love a ooey gooey chocolate covered vanilla cream sandwich? Okay, so here we go. We're gonna put the pretzel in the chocolate. I've never done this before, guys, so it's probably like really chocolatey, but that's okay. And there we go. We got a chocolate covered pretzel and a chocolate covered Oreo. And then, you know, like I said, you're just gonna repeat the process. So chocolate pretzel in. It's gonna drown and I'm gonna lose it. All right. Chocolate pretzel in. They're a little messy looking, but that's okay. You get the idea. You could also just do this. Oh my gosh. So good. Yes, the pretzels are vegan and gluten-free. And I have one more twist for these chocolate strawberries. So let's go check out the twist for the chocolate strawberries back by the stove. So, all right, so we're back to our boiling water, but this time we're gonna mix it up and add in some white chocolate. So, fun fact, white chocolate is actually not real chocolate, but for all your chocolate needs, we're gonna do white chocolate. So, same process. We're just going to let this melt. I'll see how it's already kind of getting goopy and melting. So, we're gonna let this do its thing. Yes, these are vegan and gluten-free. These are the Pasha Organic White Baking Chocolate. They're peanut and nut-free, wheat and gluten-free, dairy and egg-free, and soy-free. So like I said, they're vegan and gluten-free. Never tried this kind before, but I'm sure it'll be fun. I know a lot of people like one or the other. Some like both, but I think it's more of a one or the other type of thing. Very much more liquidy, I feel like. But yeah. So let's see. All right, so that's pretty good. So we're gonna turn off the heat because we're done with our chocolate adventures here. I'm gonna take it off the heat for a second. And then we're just gonna pour this in. I think this one cools much faster because it's already starting to kind of coagulate a little. You can take a fork and get some chocolate on here, and then you can just do like a fun little drizzle back and forth on the chocolate. And you could repeat the process, although this chocolate is starting to thicken. You could do like a little design on your white chocolate one. So put in maybe like 4 drops. There we go. It's gonna make your white chocolate turn like a pink color. All right, it's kind of cool. It looks like a tie-dye actually, but you stir it all up. Obviously, you get the idea. You could keep adding more in. I cannot right now because we need to use the food coloring for another recipe. But when you dunk in your strawberry that's already kind of red, you get this beautiful like pink color. And I really feel like you can really see the difference between the white and the pink and then the chocolate. So, I mean, have fun with this, guys. It's like I said, it's just really about being creative and just really having fun. And really, any girl or guy that you give these to is going to be so excited that you just went all in and made an effort to, you know, make homemade Oreos and strawberries and pretzels, like all dunked in chocolate for them that's vegan and gluten-free. I mean, it can't really get any easier than that. Plus, you have all this extra chocolate left to either dip more strawberries in or eat. So it's a win-win. But yeah, so let's get this all cleaned up and on to our next recipe. So I want to stick these in the refrigerator so they can cool. And yeah, then they'll be ready to eat and serve. So bye. All right, so next up is Georgetown cupcakes, red velvet cupcakes, gluten-free and vegan. They do sell gluten-free cupcakes at their shops and vegan cupcakes. I don't know if they actually sell this one specifically. It is their most popular, perfect for Valentine's Day. So let's get started. So you're going to preheat your oven. We did the bottom oven on convection bake at 325. The oven is supposed to be at 350. But on convection bake, you're allowed to tweak it back by 25 degrees. So normal oven, 350. We're now gonna line our cupcake pans. So let's do that. So for the first part is we're gonna cream together 1.5 sticks of butter, which is 12 tablespoons. So I already cut a half a stick of butter here in half. We're using the Country Crock plant-based butter. You can also use margarine or any other dairy-free butter, or if you're not vegan, yeah, you can use regular butter. I'm gonna let this sit at room temperature till it gets soft, and then we're gonna cream this with 1 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, which I will show you in the next clip. So next, we're gonna add egg. You can do 2 large eggs if you're not vegan. If you are, you can substitute unsweetened applesauce. We're gonna do 1/2 cup. Or you could do flax eggs, which is just flaxseed ground down mixed with water, and you could add that in. So we're gonna do 1/2 cup of applesauce, unsweetened. It's 4 ounces, which is 1/2 cup. So it's perfect for 2 large eggs. So we're gonna add all this in. Okay, to a small bowl, we're going to add Hershey's cocoa powder, red food coloring. That's what gives the red velvet cupcakes their color. and some vanilla extract. Where are all my Dominicans at? We got the Dominican vanilla extract here. All right, so we're gonna do 2.5 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And with baking, you gotta be really exact on your ingredients. So you gotta be really exact. This isn't like cooking where you can eyeball it. So 2. Okay, so we're gonna add a teaspoon of salt to 1.5 cups of milk. So you're gonna use either whole milk if you're not vegan or plant-based milk if you are. I'm just using some almond milk here. So we got 1.5 cups of milk. Okay, and then a teaspoon of salt. Okay. So you can whisk this, or to a bowl you can add a strainer to sift this flour. We're doing 3.25 cups. So of course we have gluten-free flour. So I'm excited to use it. I haven't used this brand before, but it should be pretty good. To a bowl, we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar and baking soda. It tastes really good. So, just so we can get a uniform shape, we're going to use a ice cream scoop. We're going to fill all these up and then get them into the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes. So let's do that. Into the oven they go for, we'll start with 18 minutes and then we'll check on it in 18 minutes with a toothpick and see how they look. So the last step is going to be, we let these cool already. They are out of the oven. The last step is going to be making the cream cheese frosting and icing all of these up. So into a bowl, this step is very easy. We're going to add 6 ounces of cream cheese. 6 ounces measured out here of cream cheese, and we're using Kite Hill vegan dairy-free plain cream cheese. That's my favorite. You can use any kind of cream cheese you want, but that is what we're gonna do. So into the bowl went the 6 ounces. We're also gonna use that half a stick of butter from earlier. So we have that here, and then we're also gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of some vanilla extract. Okay. And lastly comes the messy part, which is the confectioner sugar. That's really what makes this icing. So we're gonna do 4 cups of sifted confectioner sugar. Alright, now we're going to try to add it together and not make a mess. So, let's see how this goes. Alright, so we don't have a piping bag. We're just going to use a Ziploc bag, and we're going to put the icing in there and pipe them onto the cupcakes. So alright, and now the best part, we get to taste everything. So, white chocolate. That's really good. Chocolate. It's really rich, but really good. The chocolate, the shell was much harder because it was much thicker when we melted it. So it has like a really nice, hard, thick chocolate shell on the strawberry. Really good. And now, okay, so we have our cupcake here. How do you all like to eat yours? Do you just go right in? I mean, I know some people like to take the bottom half and then they kind of make like a little sandwich. This cake is like super dense. It cooked really well. You can see it's got like a nice texture to it, like a cake. But before we make a big mess, I'm gonna put this other half down. We're gonna dive right in. So I know there's like a glare, but it's so good. The cake is really moist and really soft. It's delicious. And the icing, it's actually not as sweet as I thought it would be. It really goes really well together. So So that's going to wrap it up for this video. Appreciate you all watching. Don't forget to like, and if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay driven.